In this short video, we'll explain why you need to vote no on Measure L, the public safety sales tax increase in Madera County. As you'll see, it's not a lack of money, it's misguided priorities. The very first responsibility of the County Board of Supervisors is to protect its citizens and provide emergency services by fully funding fire services and the Sheriff Department from the existing tax revenues. But is this what our Madera County Board of Supervisors are doing? The Madera County budget for the 2016-2017 fiscal year is $266 million. Only $6.3 million is spent for fire protection and emergency services. That's only 2.36% of the county budget. Between December 8th of 2015 and January 16th of 2016, the Board of Supervisors voted to spend $4.6 million to increase the salaries and benefits for Madera County workers, all which took effect by July of 2016. For the 2016-2017 budget year, millions more have been approved for salary increases and benefits. If you go to the Madera County website on the proposed public safety sales tax, you'll find out that the Board of Supervisors approved spending nearly $200,000 for a consultant to develop and to give presentations around the county informing residents about this 1% sales tax increase, which will only affect residents in unincorporated areas of Madera County. The estimate increase in taxes per family is between $70 to $300 per family and hundreds more when purchasing a car or piece of farm equipment. This will impose hardships to struggling families and seniors on fixed incomes. In early 2016, the Board of Supervisors approved $311,000 to help kickstart a 956-acre off-highway vehicle or OHV park off Highway 41 west of O'Neill's. Now there is discussion about leasing this property for $1 a month for the first 6 months, $10,000 a month for the next year, and $25,000 a month for ongoing years if this is approved. What our county bureaucrats are not telling you is that this project will also open up the county for massive liability claims, as stated by the Madera District Attorney. In June of 2016, the Board of Supervisors accepted a proposal to take bids on a proposed Madera County monument sign located on the east side of Highway 41, approximately 1 mile north of the San Joaquin River. The estimated cost is expected to be more than $500,000. While this may be nice, is it showing a priority for fire protection? On July 12th of 2016, the Madera County Board of Supervisors attempted to hold a secret meeting behind closed doors and discuss how much more money they wanted to pay themselves, as well as increasing the salaries for other department heads. Later, on September 13th, 2016, a suggested 25% salary increase for our Madera County supervisors was dropped after public outcry. This would have equaled $97,000 annually in the first year. Just these increased discretionary expenditures alone total over $7 million annually, and this doesn't include other frivolous expenses. So how much is the expected safety sales tax expected to raise? The proposed safety sales tax increase of 1% is estimated to raise between $4 to $8 million annually within the first 10 years of a 20-year tax, approximately what the county has already spent on increasing salaries and frivolous projects. And this is based on best-case scenarios. As we know with other government projects, this can all be smoke and mirrors. Also, this sales tax is projected to only raise about 25% of what our fire budget should be, which is around $20 million a year. So there will be other schemes in the future to take more of your money. And additionally, it is costing the county more than $100,000 just to put this safety tax measure on the March 7, 2017 ballot, which is a special election all by itself. If the measure had been put on the 2016 June primary or the November 2016 general election, it would have still cost an extra $30,000. If it was so important, why the wait and extra waste of taxpayers' money? Was this just a strategic move by the Board of Supervisors, as they thought the chances of this increased sales tax measure passing would have been less because of all the other tax increases on the November 2016 general election bloated ballot? Madera property owners are already paying hundreds of dollars a year on increased property taxes on elementary, high school, state-centered community colleges, and other bond measures and special assessments passed by voters in previous years. And this doesn't even include the most recent Measure C for Community College Classroom Repair and Job Training Improvements bond that was approved on June 7th of 2016. Wait till that bond hits your wallet. Another marketing ploy that our county bureaucrats are using is the claim that lower ISO ratings will decrease property insurance rates. But is this true? Insurance Services Office, or ISO, is a privately owned assessment company under the umbrella of the Verisic Corporation, which collects statistical data on fire departments' suppression abilities and then assigns a numerical rating on the scale of 1 to 10 to homes in that area based on that specific department's fire suppression capabilities to the surrounding areas. 50% of the score looks at your local fire departments, including staffing, training, geographic distribution of firehouses, and adequacy of fire equipment. 40% looks at the community's water supply, and 10% measures efficiency of emergency communications. The claim is that more manned fire stations will reduce ISO ratings, which will decrease homeowner and property insurance. The facts is that the major reason the ISO rates were increased in 2015 for some property owners was because the Madera County Fire Department did not provide ISO with the requested information by the cutoff date. And that was referenced by Madera County Fire Marshal Deborah Keenan before the Board of Supervisors meeting in April of 2015. Now that those have been filed, the county's ISO ratings will adjust downward. Fact: increasing fire personnel is no guarantee of reduced ISO ratings and lower property insurance. Another claim is pay now or pay later. The argument is that paying an increased sales tax now will avoid paying a higher property insurance fee later. The fact is that over 40% of property insurance providers don't even use ISO ratings. Other factors for homeowner premiums include the age of the home, the type of the roof, the changes in the home's replacement cost, or blemishes on the homeowner's credit history. The fact is that many residents whose fees were increased have switched to other insurance providers with comparable and in some cases lower rates than their previous rates. Also, you'll notice that on the Madera County's website, there is no guarantee of reduced property insurance rates under the benefits advocated by the 1% sales tax. None. Zip. Nada. Clearly, our Board of Supervisors have misguided priorities. Let me ask you a question. If raising worker salaries and benefits is so important in Madera County, why isn't this issue being put on a special election ballot for March 7th of 2017 instead of a fire and safety tax increase? You see, the answer is obvious. It would fail. But never let a crisis go to waste. Because the Madera County Board of Supervisors have failed to make the hard choices over the past several decades, we are now being asked to pay the cost. Enough is enough. The solution is not that complicated. If safety is our first priority, as the Board of Supervisor members claim, then make it first, period. Madera County needs to follow the example of the private sector and economize and live within its budget. As a parent, if I only make a certain amount of money, my first priority is to feed my children, not increase their allowance or buy them video games. This should apply to Madera County as well. Public safety should be the #1 priority, not increasing workers' salaries by millions of dollars, paying for consultants to tell us we're not paying our fair share, getting involved with off-highway vehicle parks, which should strictly be a free market enterprise, not the county bureaucrats picking winners and losers, putting up Madera County monument signs, or paying over $100,000 for a special election. Without fire protection and public safety, nothing else matters. The county needs to fix its lack of priorities, not pick the pockets of taxpayers. Vote no on Measure L. Send a message to our county bureaucrats to straighten out their priorities. Fire protection first, not misguided priorities.